All right, so for today, I just want to take a moment and talk about Black Music Month. If you did not know, June is Black Music Month, and since we're talking about Black music and with the current climate that we are living in, well, in which we are living, let me express it properly. I just thought about some protest songs, and if you go in and just search protest songs, these are some of the results you may have. But it was one in particular. I'm gonna see if I can find that particular website. Yeah, here it is, right here. I'm gonna go to that tab in a second. But we have things like "Fight the Power," the notoriously well-known NWA song, and we have this FDT. We're gonna get into that a little later. But you can see that protest has been a part of music for so long. See, we got the J. Cole right here. Even that song "Neighbors," that is although he's expressing an incident that happened, I feel like that will be applicable to the protest column. But you see, you just go on and on and on and on. Story of OJ. All right. But on this particular website, salon.com, this was back in 2017. They put a collection of 25 of the best protest songs. Now, some of these I know, some of these I don't know. And I feel like they also left off a few. But just to kind of skim through this, and then I'm gonna get to the others that I want you to maybe take some time to listen and understand the subject matter content in which they are expressing themselves. All right. So, "To Pimp a Butterfly" by Kendrick Lamar. That song, the single "All Right," that was one of them. "We Gonna Be All Right." Affirmation of Black life. And you can see that right here. And then, of course, "Changes" by Tupac in 92. And we know back when Katrina took place, we had Lil Wayne talking about Georgia Bush. J. Cole, "Be Free." And here, this is one, I want to take some time to look at this one here, because this is an album that really, really is amazing. It's something that I enjoyed, and we know that the original title was "Nigger," but for whatever reason, it did not get approved. But however, I would urge you to know that that wasn't the first time that title was used. If you know that anything about Dick Gregory, you will note that his autobiography is actually called "Nigger," an autobiography by Dick Gregory. And on the back of it, he says, anytime they say the word "nigger," they're actually promoting my book. And we may know much about Dick Gregory, may know a little, but he is a unique, very important figure that did a lot as it relates to the struggle of blacks and gaining civil rights and just human rights. All right. But pretty much this whole album it's filled with tracks. I mean, even the mixtape had a element of protest. But here, one song is "Hero" that they mentioned, but I'm going to talk about another song when I get to my list. And of course, we know NWA, the world's most dangerous group. "Fight the Power," that is a big one. It was also on the soundtrack of Spike Lee's "Do the Right Thing." But we know Chuck D, Flavor Flav, Public Enemy. Yep. Now, a song for Asata by Common in 2000, that was something that I did not know much about. But of course, after I listened to it, I was like, okay, yeah, I got you. I see what we're talking about. A song for Asada is a moving tribute and retelling of the trial and activist and Black Panther member Asada Shakur. Dead Prez, they are very politically conscious in their raps. But Police State, that's another track that you may want to take some time to look at. Revolution by Arrested Development. Land of the Free by Joey Badass. I ain't really know much about that one. But Reagan by Killer Mike, that's one of the. Take some time and listen to that one if you have never listened to it. It really drops some knowledge in that one. And it's like today we got some of the same actors fulfilling these roles and carrying out agendas. Ghetto Boys, The Point of No Return, talks about police brutality, war on drugs, mass incarceration, executions of Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, things of that nature. Words I Never Said by Lupe. The Message by Grandmaster Fat Flash and the Furious Five, which is a great one. I mean, that is historic hip hop, timeless hip hop here. Black America Again by Common. And here's one that I listened to a couple of weeks ago, and it had new meaning to it because I was so young when it came out. I was only 10 years old in 93 when this song dropped. And I liked the song and like the hook and all of that. And I knew it had a message, but I just was not as informed or I guess as experienced in life to understand the totality of the picture that he was expressing. Even that connection of overseer and officer, that is something that it's like, wow, really? Mathematics, most of now known as Yasin Bey. And then Queen Latifah, Unity, Unity. High for Hours by J. Cole. And we almost made it to the end. Sunshine by Pusha T. Bin Laden, Immortal Technique featuring Yasin Bey, Jadakiss, and Eminem. Now, like really, Odyssey, never heard that one, but that's another one. Don't Shoot by Dave East. And of course, FDT by YG and Nipsey Hussle. So take a little moment. You may want to listen to those. You may want to study some of those. But like I said, in recognition of Black Music Month and in the current climate that we're in, here's a list of protest songs. But the one point I'm trying to make is this. It's 25 on here. And if I go to my tab, we saw others on that list. But as I go to my tab, I got, what, 20 videos. Some of them are the same. Some of them are not the same. But it's amazing that even through the music, we've had to tackle the struggle. We've had to go about addressing our struggles in alternative means and methods in order to highlight them, in order to get some results in the way that we need to. So politics is a part of it. community, treating people right, human rights, civil rights. All of that is something that we can't seem to escape. But the one thing about it is, although the body may have been emancipated or freed, a lot of our minds are still enslaved. And I'm speaking to those that seem to just don't want to let go or don't want to acknowledge that they may be of the wrong mindset when it comes to thinking of people, human beings, especially people of color. So this one I've really been I've been on this one a good little bit lately, the little baby bigger picture. And he dropped some knowledge in that one. And that's more current, but to go back a little bit, we got Devin the Dude, Go Fight Some Other Crime, America, straight off that Untitled album or nigger album as you want to, we know it. Deep Cover, Dr. Duran Snoop. Main Source, Just a Friendly Game of Baseball. That really dropped some knowledge in that one. Ghetto Boys, G Code, Fight the Power. Illegal Search by LL Cool J. That was something that he said when he was in his earlier days of success. He got him a new car and they just kept stopping him. Like, no matter where he went, they just couldn't stand the fact that he was, as young as he was, driving the type of vehicle that he was driving. They would always harass him. So he came up with that song, Illegal Search. We see Ghetto Boys again, Cricket Officer. So on the other list, I had a Ghetto Boys song. On this one, I got two. So we see a pattern. So the struggle is real, whether you want to realize it or not. And I'm doing this, once again, connecting Black Music Month to the current climate and situation that we are living in, and also trying to make sure that we can broaden our perspectives or at least come to a realization that we need to make some changes. If it's something within us that we need to correct, we need to focus on it and fix it. And also we need to make sure that we contribute our efforts in whatever way we can when necessary. If we need to speak up, we need to speak up. If we need to put forth some efforts and do some dirty work, we need to do that. If we know some people that we can call, that can impact it, we need to do that. But we need to make sure we are studying and focusing on making things better. Now, one of my favorites on this list is this Protect and Serve by UGK and 8 Ball and MJG in the Line of Duty. These are some major tracks right here that you should take some time and listen to them if you have never heard of them. But also MJG's solo album, No More Glory, he touches a lot on protest and civil rights and human rights and things of that nature. So there's a lot that we can learn within the music. And this is just a moment to appreciate. We're just having a little music appreciation class right now. Paris, One Time for Your Mind. Ice Cube, Good Cop, Bad Cop. And Killer Mike, Don't Die. And I started this playlist out with Breathe. And I'm going to close out this video with Breathe. Because on this song, he really talks about how the police treat people, how people really don't want us to be free, don't want to see us free. But all we're just trying to do is live. All we're just trying to do is breathe. We're just trying to do something as simple as in and out, taking a breath. But we got other people that are targeting us and focusing on us for the wrong things, labeling us something that we are not. And those ways of thinking are misconstruing and confusing people, because we have people that are getting caught up in stuff that they should not be caught up in for no reason. And we got people standing around looking and watching and not doing anything. And we know what happened to George Floyd. He said he couldn't breathe, but they didn't care. We know who the first one was that said, I can't breathe, when he was getting choked out. But they didn't care. But now we got to keep the momentum, keep the ball rolling, but also stay focused on accomplishing the results that we intend to accomplish: equality, justice, human rights, civil rights. Have a good one. Be great. And remember, breathe. And I hope you can breathe easy.